up having more. You'll end up having more.
It is a kind of an auspicious, daunting challenge to come up here, and I'm going to be reading the daily word, and I hear these big bad owls out there. I'm trying to reconcile those two things. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Today's word is compassion, and this is one that I struggle with, particularly in today's challenging times for all of us. There's so many things that are divisive and create misunderstandings among family, among friends, and I think at the core we all need to really consider compassion as we understand or try to understand different perspectives in life and living. So today is affirmation. I clothe myself in thoughts of compassion. Would you join with me, please? I may struggle to feel compassionate, especially when I feel angry. If another's hurtful words or hostile actions seem cruel or unjust, I may feel tempted to respond in kind. However, striking back does not end conflicts or heal relationships. Instead, as I turn within and feel the Christ mind dissolve my anger, I feel calm. At those breakthrough moments, I remember anger doesn't satisfy anyone or solve problems. Regardless of how justified I may feel expressing my upset, it is within my power to choose compassion instead. I will not reciprocate others' hostility. I will instead look beyond their anger to see their struggles. I need not approve their choices to see them as children of God today and every day. Powerful words from Colossians 3rd chapter, the 12th verse. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness. Now, our technician has adjusted the lighting. Thank you. We appreciate the atmosphere.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
meditation. It's a place where we sit in the silence and we sit in God's presence. The daily word for today was compassion. Our meditation for today is on clothing others and yourself with compassion, also referred to as loving kindness. Please settle into your chair and allow yourself to relax. Take a deep breath, slow breath in, and slowly release that breath. Turn your thoughts toward the silence. Rest your oneness with God. Focus on the sensations of breathing in and then out. Picture someone who is close to you. Someone toward whom you feel a great amount of love. Notice how this love feels in your heart, in your arms, in your body. Notice the sensations around your heart or in your chest. Perhaps you feel a sensation of warmth, openness, and tenderness. Loved one. As you breathe in, imagine that golden light of the Christ candle extending to your heart. Breathe this light into your chest. As you breathe out, imagine this golden light reaching out to your loved one, bringing peace and happiness. Silently say to yourself and feel with all your heart while extending the golden light to your loved one. I see you happy. I see you free from suffering. I see you experiencing joy and ease. I see you happy. I see you free from suffering. I see you experiencing joy and ease. Turn your thoughts toward yourself. Think about a time when you have suffered, perhaps a conflict with someone you cared about, or did not succeed in something you wanted, or were physically challenged. Notice how you feel when you think of your suffering. How does your heart feel? Are there other sensations? Perhaps an aching or an unsettled feeling? As you wished for your loved ones' suffering to end, you wish your own suffering to end. Envision your pain and suffering leaving you so that you will experience happiness. Continue to visualize yourself as you breathe. Imagine the Christ light emanating from your heart, easing your suffering. With each exhalation, feel the light emanating within you, along with the strong, heartfelt thought that you will be free from your suffering. Silently say and feel with all your heart while extending the Christ light to yourself. I release this suffering. I have joy and happiness. I release this suffering. I experience joy and ease. In the silence, we reflect on loving kindness for others and ourselves. We see beyond the struggles and bless them and ourselves as children of God. As we clothe others and ourselves with loving kindness, we come back to the sanctuary. We end this time of meditation. We see beyond the struggles and bless them and ourselves as children of God today and every day. As we bring our consciousness back to the sanctuary, we name out loud those who we hold in loving kindness. Together, Dee Dee, Corey, Tina, Margie, Linda, Susan, Richard, Jerry, Cheryl, Mary Ellen, April, Julie. So together, Diana. Our time in meditation.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and do our next song, and you don't have to stand for this. Oh, yeah, lights. Well, we got more jobs going on over here. Thank you, Jacob.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the word. Sweet the rain's new fall, sounded from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, sprung in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of the new day.
My name is Reverend Ken. Nicole's my platform assistant, and I thank Diana for coming forward with our meditation. You know, today's talk, it's about compassion. And when I started to think about compassion, I found out I didn't quite have the right compassion. Compassion is the start over. Compassion is the sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortune of others and ourselves. One word that I'd often got mixed up with compassion is empathy. Empathy is a skilled response. While sympathy and compassion are reactive responses, which is why most people work on developing the skill of empathy. Empathy is the understanding of how someone feels. Growing up and going into ministry, often people would counsel me, and they would point blank say, "Ken, do you have any empathy at all?" I grew up not caring what anyone thought or what they said about me. Excuse me. I was a beach boy. I don't know what happened. It was the feeling that I was smarter than my parents, and I was more capable of taking care of myself than they were. So at 16, I moved out. Said, I can do this. I remember my first apartment, $40 a month. 1 bedroom. And I remember my mother coming over one day during the work week when I was working, and she said, can I get in to see my son's apartment? And the manager, owner, said, and who are you, lady? She says, well, I'm his mommy. And she says, and he let her in because I was a minor. And my wife and my mother was just amazed that I actually was capable of furnishing my own apartment with bedding and food and all the other things that it took. So, how do we learn empathy? Through life, through desire, through a willingness to understand what other people think and feel. But compassion involves a desire to help those who are suffering, while empathy is the desire to of another. Compassion is a desire to help. Well, our emotional response then to compassion includes a proactive response to alleviate someone's pain. I can only have compassion when I want your pain to go away, and I'm willing to do something about it. I often think of the various levels of compassion. You know, I often think of in our own city, the mission. Well, am I going to go down and volunteer at the mission and serve? No, probably not. Am I going to be outside helping people put their stuff in the little cubbyhole? Probably not. But I believe in their mission. So what do? I write a check. I sit down and I write a check. That's all I can do. Maybe they can hire somebody like me to go. But that's the difference for compassion, is our desire to alleviate the suffering. And that doesn't come out very often when we talk about compassion. The focus for compassion is outward focusing others. If I have compassion, I'm looking for ways to help others. Well, what does that tell me about compassion for myself? The dictionary has it wrong. For compassion, I have to be looking at ways of making my life less painful, easier, less struggles. That's how I show compassion to myself. Myself, I do things. Well, what's our motivation? Compassion is driven by a sense of duty or moral obligation to help. Where does that moral obligation come from? To walk our walk here on earth. We've been put here to help our fellow man. Often think of the Samaritan on the bridge. The people going out of their way to help others. It's a motivation. We have to be motivated to feel compassion. We have to be motivated to volunteer. We have to be motivated to do something. Sometimes I watch others, and I'm just amazed. I remember that my secretary, when I worked down south, was an Indian lady, and she actually had adopted a child from the orphanage that Sister Teresa operated, Mother Teresa, that she operated. And I said, well, what was it like knowing Mother Teresa? Because I've heard all the stories. And she said, well, she was pretty much she was a worker. She was very finite, very demanding, very driving, had a purpose, and wanted to get it completed. Didn't change all the good things she did. She accomplished them in different ways. So for ourselves, it's the idea to what happens. Compassion can lead to supportive actions and intentions. Compassion can lead to supportive actions. What would be some of those supportive actions? We had one today. Kathy was not going to be here, so Diana stepped up to do the meditation. That's compassion. House sitting to watch animals, knowing that if you weren't there, what would those animals be doing? Saying positive to somebody who needs a helping hand. My wife likes to think helping doing the dishes. Yeah, well, it does help her struggle, doesn't it? There are many things that we do, aren't there? When we give of ourselves. That's what compassion is, giving of ourselves. Compassion can be more sustained commitment to helping. The more we do, the more we want to do. The more we volunteer, the more we volunteer. The more we help, the more we want to help. We learn. We can be shown. And that's what God has in store for us. God said, let me out. Follow me. And that's what happens when the light of God works through us. That light shows and shines where you can be of assistance, where you can help others. It might just be doing something to make their day a little better, calling on the phone, saying, I was thinking of you, making them feel better. Compassion can strengthen relationships through supportive actions. When you help out and you assist others, what does that do for the relationship? That person knows that you care, that you're willing to give of your time, your talents, your treasure to help alleviate their struggle. Compassion can lead to feelings of fulfillment and purpose. I feel pretty good when I do something right and I do something nice for others. When you give of yourself for no apparent reason, can you ever give without getting anything in return? Well, you always get a feeling of fulfillment. If I do something good, I feel better. We hate to think that that's why we do it, but it's certainly one payment that we receive. when we help others. When we show compassion to others, we get that feeling of positive reinforcement. When we do God's work, we get that little pat on the back. Good job, kid. Keep it up. Often it's difficult. Often we do not as much as we should. And sometimes we know it. How do we feel when we've given less than we should? Yeah, I could have swept that last part of the driveway off, the snow. But I didn't. And one thing that I noticed that different cultures may emphasize compassion or empathy differently, affecting how individuals express and experience those feelings. Well, think about it in your own family. How did you learn about compassion? My daughter, I was really lucky. In her high school, they had to do a project. Now, my daughter was going to be mall queen, so I had no trouble and chose to go into the senior centers and do fingernails. I'm getting God bumps on how important that was. She was reaching out to those people that didn't have an opportunity and performing a service for them, looking them in their eyes and gifting her time and getting as much fun out of it as they did. She'd come home so bubbly, and that never left her, that opportunity. Well, both compassion and empathy can be cultivated through practice and mindfulness, enhancing emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills. They say the number one thing that the medical profession has to work on is empathy. If you don't think a doctor feels your pain, you don't need the same compassion from them. You expect them to service you because you're paying the bucks. But you expect empathy. Well, for us, we're not paying anybody for being here on Sunday. You're here because you're here to support everyone else that's here. Just by you being here, you've accepted that responsibility. That smile you share with others. The head nod that you give me. Oh, that was interesting, Ken. Are you just going to keep talking? You're a blessing. You're a blessing because you've chosen to be here at this divine appointment and share who you are with everyone that attends. While empathy is primarily about recognizing and trying to understand another person's emotions, compassion, sincere concern for their well-being. For taking a step to lessen their struggle. This can be through volunteering, helping a family member with their household chores, or actively listening to a friend without judgment. Passion for ourselves. How many of you listen to yourself when you hit that wall? Starting to. We often turn our back on ourselves, that we don't respond to our struggle. And we know what's causing it. It's our choices and our thoughts. And we can change because we have that ability. Compassion is a social feeling that motivates people to go out of their way to relieve physical, mental, or emotional pains of others and themselves. Compassion is sensitivity to the emotional aspects of the suffering of others. When based on notions such as fairness or justice and interdependence, it may be considered spiritually based. We gain our spiritual maturity when we can feel empathy for others. But we move ourselves to react with compassion. So this week, let us find ways to show ourselves and each other compassions. Find a way to help somebody else's struggle. To find a way to help our own. This is where you say amen.
Amen.
Let's do it. God bless. Thank you.
So today's the first Sunday, so we'll be looking at our consciousness statement. You'll say it with me. Divine order is now manifesting in every phase of this ministry through its expanding prosperity. In your hand as we say our blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Abundance.
No more fighting, hearts uniting, all one people, all one dream. Hate is dying, love is rising, in a world awakening. Children of one God, one planet, let the earth and heaven sing. Join the angels, joyous strains loud on a world awakening. Oh, for a world awakening. Oh, for a world awakening. One day all the world is watching. Time weaves us a common theme. Peace our anthem, all are welcome to a world awakening. Oh, for a world awakening. Oh, for a world awakening. New
And as our ushers come forward, let us hold these offerings in our divine light, shining the light all around this sanctuary, knowing that we are the light of the indwelling Spirit, and it is through these gifts of our time, our talents, and our treasure that the love goes forth into the community. For we are blessed through the name and in the living Spirit.
Okay, now it's time for announcements. So first we want to acknowledge our ushers, Janice and Diana today, and Jack on the soundboard, and also Kay for the new flower arrangements. So the church office will be open this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with meditation at noon in the sanctuary, or you can call in. And if you want prayer after service, please see Diana or Reverend Ken. And we have our prayer circle Sunday at 9:30. And Diana, do you want to just say a quick word about it?
Whoever wants to join us, you're invited. It's at 9:30, and it's just a half hour. So we gather and we combine our spiritual energy together. And I believe there's studies out there that show that, when 8 or more or one or two are together, there's a greater energy that's produced. And we start out by having reading some material that we reflect on. And what we're working on right now is Nurture Your Divine Spirit. And what they are spiritual practices and tools. And we're taking one each week. And it's only for about 10 minutes. And then we create a prayer list. We pray together as a group and send it off to God.
Thank you. And thank you for the meditation today. You did a great job. It was I really liked it. It really touched me, so thank you. So our buyout at the Riverfront Playhouse is coming up, and Ken wanted to say something.
I do. I want to say a lot. We have sold a total of 3 tickets. Now, something tells me that it's not going to be a very good fundraiser at 3 tickets. So, what we've decided to do is to offer the tickets for whatever you want to give. We want you there celebrating with us. So, if you can give us $5, give us $5. If you can give us $10, give us $10. If you can give us $100, well, we'll take that. But it's more important that you are there celebrating with us than we eat the tickets. They're not very flavorful. So please think about attending on Wednesday, the 14th, and blessing the. So whatever you can give it. Yes, refreshments. We'll have refreshments. You got to buy a ticket and bring a bag of cookies. Oh, no, that's not the way it works. 2 bags of cookies. 1 for me. There are hors d'oeuvres and cookies. Cookies. We're desserts. Sounds good to me. I have an answer, 1 through 3. Thank you. Great question. Because I get hungry at that time of night. And I love cookies. Cookies, good. Thank you for bringing that up. So you've heard it here first. I like what Mary said. Say it again. Anything. For those that can bake, bake. For those that can buy, buy. For those that can carry it, carry it. Thank you. Here, let me, Kay, say that again.
Be there. We need all of you and all of your friends. I mean, I'm having trouble selling tickets, so I'm hoping that this new way will make it easier.
Yes, whatever you can give.
So it's the first Sunday of the month, so that means it's birthday Sunday. So any May birthdays in here? Okay. It's actually-
Ellie's birthday was yesterday.
Okay. My son's birthday is this month.
So's mine, 24th.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, should we sing for them?
Yeah, we're gonna sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing God now. God is blessing you now.
So this, I think it's Thursday, May 8th at 7 o'clock is the Glowing Lantern Festival at Turtle Bay Exploration Park. So that should be really cool. We're having a prosperity class beginning May 25th, so please plan on attending. And we're looking for volunteers for the vocal team. 2 practices a month on Tuesdays, and the next one's the end of the month, right?
Right.
At 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, right here.
Okay. Okay. And there is a membership class today after service. So if you have thought about joining the church community, please stay. We will be having Reiki on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, from 4 to 5:30. Course in Miracles study group is Thursday at 10 a.m. The Circle of Love Book Club meets also Thursday at 1 p.m. with the new book, It's Okay That You're Not Okay. Well, it's not quite new anymore. We're into it. But, but feel free to continue coming. We thank those who bring snacks for fellowship. We need sign-ups. If you wish to sign the list, it's in the kitchen. And we also have need for a Sunday host, so you can see Shelba if you have questions about that. As always, check the bulletin board for the 12-step program meeting times. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday here or on Facebook or our websites. And now we will have our
To stand.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now for our prayer of protection, call and response. The light of God surrounds us.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us.
I am the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us.
I am the presence of God.
And together, wherever we are, God is. And so it is. God bless, and thank you for being here today. And you can see Kay afterwards for tickets. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the doors are locked. You can't get out until you get a ticket.